She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 2 predictions of the NFL season. This will consist of all the games in Week 2, starting with Thursday Night Football, going through all the Sunday games, all the way down to Sunday night, then ending it off with Monday Night Football. Now, let's get on to the predictions. Thursday Night Football, we kick it off between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns, and I have the Bengals winning it 20-14. I just didn't like the way the Browns played last week against the Ravens. I know it was the Ravens and they were gonna be shut out, but I still did not like it. I still didn't like it, and I still don't think they win this week. Maybe next week, but right now I've seen the Bengals winning it 20-14 as a 16-point deficit. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now, I have the Tennessee Titans winning it 14-11. Jacksonville impressed me last week. Legit, they beat Indianapolis. And that win was very good. But the Titans are better than the Colts, as I believe, due to the fact that the Titans not only beat a very good offense of Denver, but I do think that they have a chance to win the division this year. But, of course, Indianapolis is also there if they get back on track. But as far as I can see, Tennessee might have the better chance to win the division. So I have the Titans winning it on Sunday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I have it 6-23 for Tampa Bay. A 17-point deficit. I'm telling you, Brady will come back in this game. There's no way Brady's losing to the Panthers. Losing to Drew Brees and the Saints, I knew that was going to happen. But I doubt that the Buccaneers will be losing to the Carolina Panthers, even though the Panthers gave the Oakland Raiders a run for their money. The Panthers offense and the Panthers defense is not going to be that good against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And honestly, I see Brady going 1-1 to start the season, and of course Carolina to start 0-2. Now we have the Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I had the Steelers winning at 28-17. Honestly, Denver did not show up last week against the Tennessee Titans, and I don't expect them to show up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do think Pittsburgh is a better team than Denver, but I think the most hyped team is Denver out of the two. Of course, due to them getting some very good weapons, basically having all these weapons for Drew Lock, but I do not think they're going to get the win against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They might score some points, like I said, 17, but I don't think they will go further than 17 points, and I don't think that defense is going to allow 16 or less points from the Steelers. The Steelers will definitely be going to score more than that, and more than the Denver Broncos. That's just my opinion, and honestly, I think that's what will happen this Sunday in the Denver Broncos versus Steelers game. Now we got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, and I have the Rams winning at 12-9 over the Philadelphia Eagles. I did not like how the Eagles played against the Washington football team. How do you let that team beat you? Like, that team is a top 3 pick this upcoming season, in my opinion. But let's see, because the Rams not only schooled the Cowboys, a team that is expected to be a playoff team, not only a division, winning the division title, but also being a very good team, maybe 3 or 2 seed. But seeing as how the Rams actually were managed to beat them and the way they did, honestly, I think the Rams could actually do the same to an Eagles team that is suffering injuries. So honestly, I'm giving this win to the Los Angeles Rams. Now we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New York Football Jets. I have the 49ers winning at 24-3. I do think that the Cardinals actually did do very well against the 49ers last week. And honestly, well-deserved win. But I think San Francisco's definitely going to come back against the New York Jets, a team that I don't expect to go to the playoffs. And an easy win for the San Francisco 49ers. And honestly, I think the Jets still need to do some more work on that offensive line. Maybe give some more receiving help for Sam Darnold. Work on the defense after getting rid of Jamal Adams, even though Jamal Adams said that basically he didn't want to play New York anymore. So to trade him, even though of that, they were going to have to work on their defense regardless because they were going to lose him because he wasn't going to play there anymore. So I got the 49ers winning this game. Now we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins, and I have the Miami Dolphins losing this game. Yeah, I got the Bills winning it instead, 16-13 in a 3-point deficit. And honestly, I think the Bills are a top team to get back into the playoffs and even possibly win the division. But you can't rule out the Dolphins from at least being respectable in the game. And that's why I think the Dolphins will score 13 points. And I just think that the Dolphins will have a very good chance to at least try and beat the Buffalo Bills. But anything could happen. And I honestly think that will be the score. And I think the Bills would win. Now we got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And I got the Vikings winning it 24-19. Honestly, the Colts aren't doing that well right now after the loss against Jacksonville. So honestly, I'm going to say this. The Vikings take the win over the Colts. And this is the thing. The Vikings are a good team on offense. And even though their defense really struggled against the Green Bay Packers, honestly, I think it's going to be different with Indianapolis if they keep making the same mistakes that they made this week. Because, to be honest, some of the errors actually were interceptions from Phillip Rivers. So, I'm going to have this as a win for Minnesota. Now we got the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now, I have the Packers winning at 25-7. It's going to be their first home game. Last week they played in Minnesota. This time they're back at home. And to be honest, I still think, whether there's fans or not, the Packers will be the victorious team. I think that the Detroit Lions still need to work on trying to beat their division rivals. And honestly, Green Bay's not going to be the division rival they're going to be beating this year. Honestly, I would give that between Minnesota and Chicago. But right now, I got the Packers winning 25-7. Now we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And I got the Falcons winning at 27-26. Honestly, Dallas has a good offense. They have a decent defense. They don't got a good secondary. But this is the thing. I do not think the Cowboys did a good job this last week, and I think the Falcons did. And I believe that the Falcons will do it again, and the Cowboys would at least try to get it to respectable. Since it was only a 1-point deficit, I'm telling you right now. But that is what I'm going to predict, that the Falcons beat the Cowboys 27-26. Now we got the New York Football Giants taking on the Chicago Bears. And I got Daniel Jones and the New York Giants winning at 17-14 over Chicago. Honestly, I knew the Detroit Lions was going to screw it up, or that the Chicago Bears were going to just outscore them. One of the two were going to happen. And of course, Detroit screwed it up, as they failed to actually win the game at the end. But honestly, I don't think this time they got it. They're facing a New York team that has aspirations to be good, not to be a playoff team, to be good. And honestly, I don't think the Chicago Bears are going to be that good this year, because honestly, these past years the Bears have just been bad, except for that year that they had a 13-3 record, won the NFC North, and then, well, you know what happened in the playoffs with the Philadelphia Eagles. But Honestly, I do not think that the Bears will win this game against the Giants. Now we got the Washington football team taking on the Arizona Cardinals, and I got the Cardinals winning at 29-14. Cardinals impressed last week with their win over the 49ers, and honestly, the Washington football team also impressed last week with their win against the Eagles, honestly. But Kyler Murray and this offense and that defense will definitely keep the Washington football team from winning this game. To be honest, I just think that the Washington football team will be a team to be at maximum a 6-win team. Minimum a 3-win team. But I'm going to say this. Washington is definitely right now making good. But they're not going to be doing good against the Cardinals, as I do believe that the Cardinals will win it. Now we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on their rival, the Los Angeles Chargers. And honestly, Chiefs are going to do it again. 34-17 win for the Chiefs against the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers will bring it to a respectable level when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, because when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, they can just outscore you no matter who you are. And honestly, that's what's going to happen here. They're going to try and bring it to as close as possible, and 17 points will be as close as it will get for the Los Angeles Chargers. Now we got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. I had the Ravens winning at 33-10. Honestly, Ravens, just like the Chiefs, they're the teams to beat. The Ravens and the Chiefs are very good, and they'll continue to be very good. And I don't think the Houston Texans this time will have that big of a chance to win, unlike their game against the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 1. But to be honest, the Texans could prove me wrong and at least bring it to a respectable level, maybe from 10 points or less. Who knows? But as far as I can see, 33-10 will be the score. That will be a 23-point deficit. Now we got the Sunday night football game between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. I have the Seahawks winning at 27-23. Honestly, the Patriots are doing good, but this night they're not going to do that well against the Seahawks. The Seahawks, if they continue to use Metcalf, Lockett, Carson, Greg Olsen, all these guys they've been doing it. They're going to continue to succeed, and they'll definitely beat the Patriots by 4 points. Now we got Monday Night Football between the New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders. The home debut for the Las Vegas Raiders is going to be a loss to the New Orleans Saints. A 28-23 win for the Saints, a 5-point deficit. Honestly, I do believe in the Las Vegas Raiders being a very good team this year, but not as good as the New Orleans Saints. I do believe the Saints are a lot better than the Las Vegas Raiders, and honestly, I see the Saints as the most likely NFC champions this year. Well guys, that was it for the video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, if you want, you can discuss whether I am right or wrong, or why you think your team will win, or why you think this team will win, or that team will win, or that team will lose, or that team will lose. You guys tell me. Honestly, it's a debate. If you guys want to, just tell me what you guys believe. Who do you believe will win? Who do you believe will lose? Now, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more. And hit the notification button to get more of my videos. Now, I will see you guys next time.